You should just put in all the clips where I said, don't put this in here.
Yeah.
Just kidding, don't put that in there. Don't put this in here either. Please don't put this in here. This sounds like I'm weird. Don't put this in here. Double dab. Hello, I'm Catelyn Green, and this is my story. So I grew up in a Christian household. I was introduced to the gospel at a young age and saw it being lived out through my parents and just a lot of people around me. A lot of my story freshman year and even in high school was knowing about God, but there's a difference between knowing about God and knowing God. A lot of head knowledge that wasn't heart knowledge, I would say. 2 years ago was so excited to come to LSU. I had grown up in Baton Rouge, really wasn't prepared for the big adjustment that it is from high school to college because it really is such a big life transition. I didn't really have any intentions of getting in to the party scene or whatnot. I really hadn't thought about anything. I was just kind of excited to enter into this new chapter, thinking that my life would continue on the same course. I thought my faith was my own at the time, and so hadn't really thought about making it my own yet or not making it. I was just kind of gonna keep on coasting, do well in school, just keep being the moral person that I thought I was. I came into LSU, rushed, pledged a sorority, was joining Bible studies and community groups in Refuge, but also was starting to dabble in the party scene. Just throughout my whole freshman year would go to Refuge on Sunday nights, kind of check that box, maybe go to a Bible study in the week, check that box, but then would be going out, dabbling in drinking, just not truly pursuing Christ in every day at all. Would just see church as a checkbox to make myself feel better. I remember the first party I went to, not wanting to tell an older person no, and so would just held the drink, and then the next one had a sip, getting more and more drunk and just loving the way it felt, and was liking being liked. Going back to the root sin of that is wanting to be accepted and wanting to be liked. As I was comparing myself to others, even well, I'm not as bad as her, and or I'm still going to church, and okay, I might be doing this, but trying to cancel it out by doing Christian things. So I had gotten hired early on in my freshman year to work at Pine Cove. I had grown up going. It's a Christian summer camp, and I'd always wanted to work there. Went in to camp in May and was just not in a great place, just spiritually or just in any form. And one night during orientation, they gave kind of a more serious talk, and I just remember after the talk, just during worship, crying, bawling my eyes out for 2 hours. It was everything that I had grown up hearing, everything that had been taught, all the seeds that had been planted were finally coming to fruition. I just think of my eyes no longer being blind, truly. Wow, feeling the weight of my sin and felt the forgiveness of the Lord, just a Luke 15 moment of him running after me and just embracing me. Came back from camp in July and was just processing all that had happened and was I want to live differently. I want to live my life for the Lord. I want people to know whose team I'm on and know that, just the gospel, that he came down to this earth, he lived a perfect life, he died on the cross for my sins and resurrected. And so genuinely remember praying on my hands and knees, journaling, I want to be surrounded by Christian community, and the Lord provided that so abundantly. I just encourage you to get involved in Christian community. Be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be known. Don't be afraid to admit your weaknesses and what you're going through. His grace is there, but he wants to lead you in repentance and into true life with him that is meaningful and abundant. Coming into college, it looks like that life can be really fun. The way the world is living it really can look like that, but I promise you, it is empty. It will never satisfy your soul, and so life with Jesus is better. I'm Catelyn Green, and that was my story.